Well, about 10 years ago, I would spend lots of money going out and buying plants and getting things ready for my own gardens and containers. And we had a barn that was on this foundation, and the barn was going to be torn down. And my husband and I started talking about the fact that it'd be kind of fun to be able to grow some of our own things and make some flowers happen in the greenhouse. And I kind of liked the idea that spring would come a little earlier if we had a greenhouse, because it would be nice and warm in here when it was still cold outside. So we decided that on top of this old barn foundation, we would pour some cement and build ourselves a greenhouse. So that's what we did. We opened the greenhouse, as far as opening and starting all of our plants, we opened the first week in March. We start planting our seeds and getting our plugs in and start getting things planted, and then we go through usually the first week in June. We are pretty much done. We don't have a way to cool our greenhouse down like by rolling sides up. Some greenhouses have sides that roll up. We don't have any of that, so we have to be able to kind of be out of here about the time it starts getting real hot. And then when we're open, and our open season is from April 30th through that first week in June, we're open every day from 10 until 5, and then weekends also 10 to 5. We have a lot of different flowering type plants, things that will look pretty in baskets and containers. We have everything from geraniums to petunias to osteospermums, are a really pretty bright colored daisy type flower. We have all sorts of grasses. We have vines, things that will vine over your containers or pots. We have some cucumbers and some pumpkins and gourds and things like that that we grow for people's gardens. And so yeah, a lot of different kinds of flowers and plants.
You can start a new geranium by, I could have cut down to here, just above where the leaves come out. If I would have cut that off right there and put that in a pot, that would have leafed out and grown. And every place a leaf would come out, a new plant would come out. I could have made 2 out of that, because if I'd have cut this off right above where it leaves out, then a plant would have come from this piece, and a plant would have come from that piece.
We do use fertilizer. We use a Miracle-Gro, and we use the one that is a vegetable type Miracle-Gro, because you want the numbers to be about the same, the fertilizer that will take care of growing the root, the plant, and the bloom equally. Some of them have a much higher number on the bloom, and that you'd use later in the summer when you really want the plants to be pretty and blooming all the time. We want them to grow together with a good root, a strong plant, and a good bloom. We release ladybugs into the greenhouse. We just released them last week, and we do it because they eat aphids, and aphids are kind of a destructive thing in the greenhouse. Aphids will attach themselves to the bottom side of a plant and then eat the plant or suck the juice out of the plant, and so the aphids become a real problem if you don't keep them under control. And ladybugs will eat like 2,500 aphids a day, so it's a kind of a nice thing to have in the greenhouse. We've got a natural thing like a ladybug eating a natural thing like a aphid that we don't want. So it's a good way to get rid of the aphids.